The night is quiet, but the drama, oh darling, it's never been louder. You may have forgotten all about your favorite nighttime soaps, but Miss Kane, she never did. She's been watching all the affairs, the betrayals, and the big hair, and now she's here to tell you everything you missed, or perhaps just forgot. This is Drama After Dark. Slip into something comfortable, and let's catch you up.
Don't just watch the scandal, darling. Subscribe and join the drama every Friday.
All right, loves, I'm Miss Kane. And yes, I did watch these nighttime soaps as a kid. Back then, I didn't fully understand what I was seeing, but oh, I knew it was juicy. Now I'm all grown up and watching with fresh eyes, a sharper tongue, and a whole lot more perspective. And let me tell you, the drama hits different when you actually get the schemes, the shade, and the scandal. That's why I started Drama After Dark, to relive the chaos, call out the mess, and give these iconic shows the commentary they deserve. So go ahead and pour a drink, get comfortable, and let's get into it, shall we? At the Racquet Club, darling, Bobby and JR are locked in quite the aggressive game of racquetball. It feels less like exercise and more like, well, therapy, wouldn't you say? Bobby wins, clearly satisfied, while JR, oh, he treats the loss like it barely counts. And JR, he wastes no time, does he, turning the conversation personal. He reframes Pan's departure as Bobby being left behind, needling him under the guise of concern. But Bobby, he doesn't take the bait quietly. Pan didn't walk away, oh no, darling. She was driven out, and Bobby makes sure JR knows it. Before the tension can escalate, Bobby is pulled off the court. A message from the ranch, you see. Ray needs to see him, and it's important. Bobby takes the interruption and leaves, cutting the moment short and leaving JR irritated and, frankly, unfinished. Now, we shift to Pam and Liz overseeing a photo shoot. The environment is polished and controlled, every movement intentional. Pam gives direction easily, quite comfortable in command. When Liz steps away for a meeting, Pam takes over without missing a beat. Darling! One of the models, Leanne, she jokes that the work beats thinking and suggests no man is worth that kind of emotional pain. Pam, she doesn't hesitate. For her, he is. Oh, darling. Bobby arrives at the ranch to find Ray already waiting with one of the hands. And the issue? It's immediate, honey. Rustlers. A whole truckload of cattle is just gone. The third hit in 6 months. And no one saw a thing. Just a section of fence taken down overnight. Bobby, bless his heart, moves so fast, telling Ray to check it out, while he starts calling ranchers down the line. This is containment, not speculation, you see. Meanwhile, across town, JR meets with his cartel partners, and oh, the mood has shifted. He pitches a new refinery deal with his usual confidence, but darling, this time it just doesn't carry any weight. The men push back, reminding him what happened to those who stuck with him before. They question his influence, his protection, and whether he still has any real power. Cliff Barnes now holds a position that matters, and with Ben Maxwell backing him, JR's reach suddenly has limits. JR insists he can handle Barnes, but no one, absolutely no one, believes him. Maxwell, well, he's untouchable, dear. Clean, connected, and utterly beyond JR's usual pressure tactics. The message is unmistakable. Prove you can deal with Maxwell, or Ewing oil is simply no longer worth the risk. The meeting ends with JR standing all alone, his authority openly challenged. Can you believe it? Ray and Bobby, bless their hearts. They're just reviewing the damage on the patio. A section of fences down, light tire tracks, and only 5 or 10 head missing. Honey, that's just small-time rustling, irritating more than devastating, and harder to track because of it. But Bobby, he knows it can't be ignored. Ray, he plans to question the hands on the neighboring spread. But Bobby, oh, he wants to push further, suggesting they head into town and see what turns up after dark. And Ray, he immediately clocks what's really driving Bobby. That Pamela. Bobby, he doesn't deny it. He doesn't understand it either. Later, Bobby, bless his heart, fills the family in over drinks in the study. Jock is so surprised that rustling is still happening. Miss Ellie, she understands the motive, even if she doesn't like it. JR slips in a little dig about Bobby's management. And Bobby, he shuts it down. Miss Ellie, bless her, cuts the tension before it escalates. Jock? He presses JR about the refinery meeting. The answer is no, darling. The cartel didn't agree. JR insists they'll come around. But Jock isn't convinced. Not one bit. With Jeb Ames and Willie Joe Garra gone, he wants new independents brought in. Men loyal to Ewing oil, you see. JR says he's working on it. Jock tells him to ask Bobby for help if needed. JR takes one last shot, suggesting Bobby's distracted. But Miss Ellie, she remains confident. Pamela, she will come home. Well, darling, JR is back on the racquetball court, isn't he? This time, playing Ben Maxwell. And oh, he's losing. Gracefully, mind you. Every single point is simply an acknowledgement of who holds the real power here. And Maxwell, he doesn't just win. No, he positively revels in it, reminding JR that this isn't just a bad day. Oh, honey, it's every day. JR pivots, just like he always does, suggesting drinks in a sauna, ever so hopeful that a little proximity might just soften that gap. But Maxwell, bless his heart, sees right through it. He knows exactly why JR dragged him down there, and he's quite amused by the persistence. JR doesn't even bother to deny it. He never came to sweat, he came to negotiate, darling. And Maxwell, he gives him credit for that much. JR claims he always keeps his cards on the table. Whether anyone actually believes him is, of course, another matter entirely. Meanwhile, across town, the photo shoot shuts down early. Outfits haven't arrived, schedules are falling apart, and Liz, bless her heart, calls it a day. The models are simply thrilled. And Pam, oh, she sees an opening. She suggests lunch at the racquet club. Leanne, she hesitates. She's simply not in the mood. She's certainly not dressed for it, and she knows exactly what kind of place that is. But Liz, ever so subtly, nudges her anyway, hinting that Bobby might just be there, and that Pam could certainly use a little help bringing things back together. Leanne, she gives in. And Pam, well, she doesn't even pretend it's casual. She wants to go. Pam and Leanne, darling, they settle in for lunch at the racquet club. But Bobby? Oh, he isn't there, is he? Leanne notices immediately, of course. And Pam? Well, she doesn't even try to hide it, does she? She admits she spends half her days just waiting for him to call, and still hasn't adjusted to living all by herself. Leanne, bless her heart, offers something practical, a spare bedroom, shared space, company. Pam, she hesitates. Moving in would just make the separation feel permanent. Leanne, ever so gently, challenges that idea. But Pam, she pushes back. She still loves Bobby, you see. What she simply can't live with anymore is that ranch. And JR, that man. She blames him for nearly sending her brother to jail and for poisoning absolutely everything around him. Leanne suggests keeping it temporary, just until Pam decides what she truly wants. And Pam? She agrees to come by that very night and take a look. At the bar, JR and Ben Maxwell settle in. Maxwell orders a club soda. No vices, no complications. JR pushes, trying to frame Cliff Barnes as a personal attack on Ewing Oil. But Maxwell? He doesn't bite, does he? Barnes is doing what he believes is right, and the people who matter are quite pleased. When Maxwell notices Pam across the room, JR makes introductions. The exchange is polite, but oh, so charged. JR can't resist commenting on Leanne's looks. Maxwell shuts it down easily. Married, uninterested. JR keeps smiling anyway. He always does, doesn't he? Oh, JR just shows up uninvited at Leanne's place. And it's immediately clear they have history, darling. She lets him in, knowing full well she won't be able to keep him out. And JR, oh, he's just amused, isn't he? Mentioning the racquet club and the surprise of seeing her there with his sister-in-law. Leanne, bless her heart, asks how he found her. JR reminds her he always has ways. Of course. She gets Pam off the phone, buying herself a little time. Inside, JR starts taking stock of her life. The apartment. The child. A daughter, about 4 years old. He finally understands why she disappeared. But Leanne? She doesn't soften, not one bit. Her daughter is the best thing that ever happened to her. JR digs at the past, mocking the idea that she ever truly left it behind. And then he slips, calling her Amber. Leanne corrects him immediately. This is a different life, and she wants him out. JR finally gets to business. He wants her back in play, offering her services to a friend. Leanne refuses. Darling, her time isn't for sale anymore. But JR dismisses reinvention and hints at how profitable her old life was. Leanne calls him exactly what he is, a man who would sell himself, his family and anyone else for power. She names it. JR Ewing is a prized pimp. And JR? Oh, he just smiles and takes it as a compliment. Oh, Pam calls Bobby to tell him she's moving out of the hotel. She explains she's moving in with a girlfriend and, well, waits for his response. Bobby hears her. He just doesn't like what he's hearing. Darling, to him, it sounds permanent. Pam insists it isn't, but admits she can't live alone and isn't ready to come back to Southfork while JR is still there. Bobby reminds her she had another choice. Pam doesn't argue. She just isn't ready for that, is she? Bobby asks who she's moving in with. Cam says the name doesn't mean anything to him. It's someone he doesn't know. She gives a timeline. Soon. Bobby just shuts down, wishes her luck, and hangs up before she can say anything else. Miss Ellie catches him as he lowers the phone. Bobby tells her Pamela isn't coming home. She's moving in with a friend. Miss Ellie presses for a name. Bobby hesitates, then says it. Leanne Reeves. JR is close enough to hear it, and the shift is instant. All the wheels start turning, darling. At the office, JR makes a deliberate phone call to Vice. The tone is easy, almost friendly. He brings up Leanne Reeves, formerly known as Amber. He doesn't ask for favors. Oh no, he asks for a reminder. Nothing excessive, darling. Just enough pressure to make sure she remembers who she used to be and who she used to know. JR gives the address and hangs up, satisfied. Not long after, Henderson shows up at Leanne's door. He calls her Amber. She knows exactly who he is. It doesn't matter, does it? She's picked up anyway, soliciting. When she protests, he reminds her how this works. Who they'll believe, what they can add if they feel like it. Leanne fights it, but she's placed in the car. That night at the ranch, JR walks into the bedroom after dinner and catches Sue Ellen alone, startled, nursing a drink. He takes the bottle and pours it out without a word. Sue Ellen tries to brush it off. JR sharpens the moment. He calls her Miss Texas, forcing her to see how far she's fallen. He tells her to take care of that baby, to make sure it's healthy and happy, because it's the only thing standing between her and the gutter. The phone rings. JR answers, listens, and says very little. The message is clear. He hangs up and leaves the room. Everything is in motion now. Bobby and Ray. They hit another bar, ordering beers, already worn down from a night of dead ends, you know? Half a dozen places in, and nothing, darling, nothing to show for it. Bobby, bless his heart, he's ready to call it after this stop. Nearby, oh, darling, trouble starts to simmer. A young man, you see, he's asking questions in the wrong place, pressing people who simply don't want to talk. He tries to back off, but the men around him, oh no, they aren't finished. Bobby recognizes him just in time. Kip Mainwaring, son of a fellow oilman. Can you believe it? Bobby and Ray, they just step right in, and a fight breaks out. It's quick, it's chaotic, but they manage to pull Kip out before it gets any worse. Outside, Kip thanks them, still rattled, poor thing. Bobby asks why Mainwaring Oil is chasing the same leads. Kip admits he's hunting rustlers too, trying to prove he belongs in the family business. He hasn't learned much, just rumors and half-seen trucks. Oh, the drama. Ray, he cuts the conversation short. The men from the bar, they're already starting to spill outside. No time to linger, darling. They make quick plans. Kip will come by Southfork in the morning. Bobby will loop in the sheriff in Braddock. Together, Ray, he just hustles them out before the night turns ugly.
The drama sparkles best when you're part of it. Subscribe and stay close, like a whispered secret. Leave a comment, tell us what has you gasping, because every scandal deserves an audience.
Leanne gets home, shaken, and finds JR waiting inside. The earlier arrest wasn't a mistake. It was a warning. Henderson made sure she understood how lucky she is to have powerful friends. JR confirms it. Tonight was about convincing her. Now it's business. He tells Leanne they each have a friend and it's time to bring them together. He says the names slowly and deliberately. Pamela Barnes, Ewing. Leanne refuses immediately. JR assures her Pam won't know anything until it's over. He reminds Leanne of her daughter, the money he's offering, and the future he can provide. Leanne resists, then asks the question he's been waiting for. What do you want me to do? JR lays it out. A racquet club membership, access. Ben Maxwell. She has to make him believe she's completely in love. Leanne understands the type immediately. She asks why Pam has to be involved. JR is honest. 2 birds, 1 stone. Leanne refuses again, calling Pam her best friend. JR drops the mask. Tonight was just a warning. Next time, she won't walk away. When it's over, he promises a payoff. Money, a fresh start, a new life. He sets the plan in motion. Tomorrow night, Pam, Maxwell, a familiar setup. He hands her a key to a post office box and reminds her what will be waiting there. JR leaves her with the plan and no real choice. Jock and JR are on the patio at breakfast, talking business, you see. And Jock, he just presses about that refinery deal, doesn't he? JR admits it's lost, but insists he's already taking steps to make sure it doesn't happen again. Jock doesn't like it, but, well, he accepts it as the cost of doing business. Then Bobby, bless his heart, walks in mid-conversation, clearly showing the effects of the night before. JR immediately clocks it, of course. Bobby explains he and Ray ran into trouble while chasing leads on those rustlers. Jock sounds almost disappointed he missed the fight. Miss Ellie, however, is far less amused. Once everyone is present, Bobby tells the story just once, a bar fight while trying to track the hit-and-run rustlers. They picked up a couple of names, not much else. Bobby then notices Kip arriving and, he just brings him over. Introductions are made all around. Kip is polite, respectful, and clearly makes quite an impression, especially on Lucy, my dear. Bobby and Kip head out to meet the sheriff. And as Kip leaves, Jock sees his opportunity. Main-wearing oil is solid, you see, and if JR can bring the old man in, they won't need that cartel. JR says he's been trying, darling, but Jock, he just tells him he can handle it. Lucy watches Kip go, and she just floats an invitation to the next party. And JR, he encourages it. Leon, she arrives at the racquet club right on cue, and wouldn't you know it, she immediately spots Ben Maxwell. She approaches him, ever so casually, explaining she was supposed to meet Pam for lunch. But Pam hasn't shown. Maxwell, being the charmer he is, invites her to join him while they wait. Drinks are ordered, dry martinis, darling. The tone? Easy, flirtatious, and, exactly what JR planned. Leanne then excuses herself to make a call. She checks in with Pam, covering her absence from work, and casually mentioning she expects to be out late. Pam confirms she'll move in tomorrow, but Leanne, ever so clever, redirects her to the manager for the key instead. One more instruction follows, wouldn't you know it? Don't wait up. Pam, of course, teases her about the mystery man, and Leanne, she plays along, darling. The bait is set. Across town, JR, that devil, tightens the screws. At the office, he pressures a photographer who's hesitant to get involved. The man claims he's got a real job now. JR counters with cash, half now, half when the job's done. He hands over an address and instructions. Be there by 10. Wait. The machinery is in place. Everyone is moving exactly where JR wants them. Leanne, darling, is dropped off by an intoxicated Ben Maxwell outside her building. He's ready to end the night. But Leanne, no, she isn't. She persuades him upstairs for a nightcap, assuring him it's just one more drink before he goes home. Inside, she settles him in and goes off to get comfortable. While Maxwell waits, Leanne slips into Pam's room. She opens the curtains, revealing the photographer already in position, and quietly makes sure the room is staged exactly as planned. Leanne returns to Maxwell and turns up the intimacy. What starts as flirtation quickly becomes a heated kiss as she guides him down the hall. They move into the bedroom, the one Pam is sleeping in, completely unaware. Maxwell stumbles as they enter and falls onto the bed, landing beside Pam. She wakes suddenly, confused and alarmed. In that instant, Maxwell realizes something is very wrong. This isn't what he thought he was walking into. The setup is exposed. And the moment JR was counting on is already captured. Morning on the patio, darling. Starts like any other, just small talk, coffee, routine, until Jock, bless his heart, walks in holding the paper. One look at that headline and the air, oh, it just shifts, doesn't it? Carmela, Ben Maxwell. Front page, honey. Miss Ellie is simply stunned, she is. Refuses to believe it, insisting this isn't Pan's doing. JR, meanwhile, can't hide his satisfaction, can he? He plays it like gossip, pointing out the damage this will do to Maxwell, his board, his reputation, his position. Quietly, officially. Ruined. The family reels, darling. Sue Ellen offers judgment, of course. Lucy is horrified. And Miss Ellie, oh, she can't understand how business talk continues like nothing's happened, knowing what this will do to Bobby. That's when Bobby walks in, you see. JR wastes no time shoving the paper toward him, pretending concern, while clearly enjoying the moment. Bobby reads just enough to know exactly what he's looking at. His wife, with brother's fingerprints all over it. Bobby snaps. Darling! He swings, accusing JR outright. This is his style, you know. JR deflects, dragging Pan's past into it, suggesting she was always trouble. That's when Jock steps in, breaking it up before it goes any further. Jock turns on JR with real menace. If he finds out JR had anything to do with this, there will be hell to pay. JR doesn't deny it, does he? He just smiles and calls it good fortune. And just like that, darling, the damage is done. Leanne is packing when she calls her mother and tells her to get Sarah ready. She's leaving Dallas for good and coming for her daughter. Money won't be a problem. She promises Sarah will be raised properly, then hangs up and keeps moving. Cam walks in mid-exit and immediately senses something is wrong. She asks about last night and why Leanne is suddenly leaving town. Leanne deflects, saying plans have changed and none of it matters anymore. Pam pushes. Did Leanne know she was leaving before Pam moved in? Leanne finally breaks, asking Pam to leave her alone because she doesn't want to hurt her any more than she already has. Well, that stops Pam, doesn't it? She asks the question she's been avoiding. Does this have anything to do with Ben Maxwell? Leanne admits it. She swears she wouldn't have done it if there had been any other way out. Pam still doesn't understand, until Leanne hands her the paper. Pam reads it for herself. Across town, JR calls another cartel meeting, convinced the morning headlines have shifted the balance. He assumes Ben Maxwell's sudden departure will force a reconsideration of the refinery deal. It doesn't. The men shut him down quickly. Cliff Barnes is still in power. The OLM hasn't changed hands. Without Barnes gone, Ewing Oil is just another independent. Maxwell falling didn't change anything. It only proved Barnes has other backing. The meeting ends fast. No deal. No leverage. JR aimed carefully. The damage landed, just not where he expected. Oh, Bobby! He just shows up for Pam. And this time, darling, he ain't even asking. Pam, bless her heart, points to the paper. The scandal. The damage. But Bobby! Oh, he's already seen it. And it doesn't change his mind. Not one bit. Then Pam starts on about leaving Dallas. And Bobby, he hears the pattern, you see. First Southfork, then him. Now this. He simply won't let her run. No, he won't. He calls the story exactly what it is. A setup. And everyone knows it, don't they? Pam, she's all worried about facing the family and the store. Bobby, he just slows her down. Bless him. One step at a time, he says. The very first step is coming home, to the people who love her. Nothing else matters yet. Truly. Pam admits. Oh, she wants to believe him. And Bobby, he tells her he loves her. Plain and simple. She knows that, of course. What she doesn't understand is why she was dragged into this at all. And then Bobby, he asked the question that truly matters. If this was only about ruining Maxwell, why, oh why, was Pan involved? And then, darling, the answer hits. JR. Pam. She thinks that means it's all over. But Bobby, he won't accept it. Not for a moment. JR has been trying to break her since the very day she came to Southfork. If she leaves now, well, he wins, doesn't he? Bobby, he reminds her who she is. A fighter, darling. A true fighter. And Pam, she doesn't run. She says she loves him. Bobby takes her in his arms, just like that. They're going home. Well, Pam and Bobby, they return to Southfork together, don't they? And Pam admits she didn't expect it, but she's truly happy to be home. Then Bobby, bless his heart, tells her they might as well get the hard part over. Oh, the family welcomes her warmly, they do. Lucy is absolutely thrilled. And Miss Ellie, darling, she embraces her without hesitation. Jock, he makes it clear no explanations are needed. He's just glad she's back. But then, Sue Ellen steps in, a drink already in hand, pregnant, brittle, and clearly unraveling. She lashes out at Pam, calling her a disgrace. Honestly, the accusation rings so hollow. Miss Ellie shuts it down immediately, of course. And Pam, she doesn't engage, just quietly excuses herself. With Pam gone, the house slips right back into its routine. Drinks are poured. Lucy mentions Kit Mainwaring is on his way, and Bobby explains the Rustlers case is nearly wrapped up. Then JR walks in. He needles Bobby about playing detective. And Bobby, oh, he fires back just as smoothly, reminding him it's a useful skill when you have a brother like JR. Dinner is announced. JR claims he's hungry. And Bobby, he tells him to enjoy it while he can. Then Pam returns, calm and steady. And Bobby, he delivers the line with surgical ease. Seeing that picture in a paper reminded him and Pam how much they needed one another. He'd really like to know who to thank for that, wouldn't he? JR's smile, well, it falters. For the first time, he looks pale.
Well, wasn't that deliciously messy? Miss Kane walked you through the drama, and trust me, the secrets are just starting to spill. But don't think it's over, darling. There's always another scandal waiting in the shadows. This has been Drama After Dark. Until next time, we'll be watching. Will you?